Now I'm going to make the miter saw extensions. They are made up of two pieces of 1/2 inch laminated together. They're a little different length and have some different milling on them, so I'll do the milling before I glue them together. In the lower section of the lamination, I need to make a little notch for the top of the support tab to drop into. And I think to do that, I'll make a quick template that I can then use a router to cut it out. I like to keep the sawdust cleaned up as I go. I use the dust collection, automated dust collection on the tools as much as possible, and it does a really good job, but it doesn't get 100% of the sawdust. So I always have another vacuum that I clean up after most operations to sort of clean as I go. And recently I picked up a tool that I think it was about $30 from FastCap, and it's just this little remote trigger that you plug your vacuum in, and then you Velcro on this switch to, I put it on the end of my hose because that's right where I need it, but all I have to do is push the button, and so I can I just got this, so before this I was trying to keep the vacuum nearby so I could hit the switch off and on, but now I can leave it a little more out of my work area. The last part of milling I'm going to do to the miter saw extensions before gluing them together is to do the first part of the TTrack. It's a two-step operation. The first step is in this sandwich lamination is I'm going to, on the inside, I'm going to make a 5/8 inch by 1/2 inch deep dado. I don't have a 5/8 cutter, so I have a 1/2 inch in, so I'll make 2 passes on each one. So I'll put them both through and create a 1/2 inch dado. Then I'll move the fence over 1/8 inch and then make the other pass. The second part of the TTrack, I'll come back to the router table. I'll put a 3/8 bit in, and I'll run a 3/8 slot along the top, which will be dead center in that 5/8, and that'll give me the little T shape that I need. Now I could go ahead and rip the top piece into 2 pieces and not bother with that 3/8 cut, but then when I glue it up, I'd be gluing 2 pieces on and trying to keep them straight, and that would lead to the possibility of error. Under the top, there'll be some backer boards with that same dado in it that's on the miter extensions that'll match up with the miter extensions. So since the router is set up, I'm going to go ahead and run these. After these are glued up and I run the slot down centering on this dado, then I'm using a water flange bolt, just a standard bolt that holds down a toilet, and it's 1/2 inch wide in one direction and 3/4 in the other, and it's a really thin head, and so that will slide in the dado there, plenty of room. And then when I go to tighten down the stop, because this dado is 5/8 and the head is 3/4, that will keep it from twisting and allow me to tighten down the knob. The most difficult part of the whole process, I think, is just gluing it up, because I want to get a good coating of glue, and I want to have it clamped all the way through so that it's there's no lifting, no separation in the 2 laminations. A glue roller would make this go a lot quicker, but I don't have one, and I haven't been able to get my hands on one. When you put 2 pieces together with a lot of glue and you start clamping, they tend to slide. I was having a little trouble with the other one, so I'm putting a couple of temporary screws in just to hold them from the underside, just to hold the 2 boards in place while I do my clamping. miter extensions are glued and clamped, so now just let them dry up. Move on to the next phase.